Good evening, everyone. It is Thursday, October 15th. Real Talk Bluegrass. I'm your host, Michelle Lee. Today, this is going to be a fun episode 9. And what a way to kick off this episode and this month by having our now 2020 Entertainers of the Year and two-time Vocal Group of the Year award winners, along with our Fiddle Player of the Year, Deanie Richardson, Tina Adair from Sister Sadie, joining us here on Real Talk Bluegrass. Welcome, ladies.
Hello.
Hi, Michelle.
How are you doing?
Doing great.
Yeah, still just can't believe it all.
Yeah, I bet. I know, the best thing is I got a chance to talk with Tina the day after the awards, and you could just feel the adrenaline that was going through the phone, and, first and foremost, again, congratulations. First time all-female band took home Entertainer of the Year in IBMA history. How about that?
Isn't that something? Oh, we were so excited and still are. We're still on cloud 9. We'll be on cloud 9 for 10 years from now. Because that's just the way we roll, Michelle. But yeah, it's great. Making some history. I love that, and we're really thankful and honored. Anytime you're recognized by, your peers in the industry and all, it really is very heartwarming.
Well, the coolest thing, like last year, you guys took home Vocal Group of the Year. First time all females did that as well. I mean, it's like record breaking. And then Deanie Richardson taking home Fiddle Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Deanie, that is still like crazy.
Thank you.
Yes. Awesome.
So, seriously, what have you guys been doing, since, learning, obviously watching the award show and learning right there in the comfort of your home, like where we all are right now, that you guys took home, again, Vocal Group of the Year, second year in a row, and Entertainer of the Year?
Well, I can tell you that it has been, I was just talking to Deanie about this earlier, and it has been nonstop since that Thursday night of the award show. Just working around the clock. I have a day job too at Belmont University, so trying to keep up with that and doing all the music stuff. Just, the amount of, calls and emails and the social media, trying to keep up with that, because I'm a very personable person. I love people, so I love talking with people and everything. So if somebody writes to me on Facebook, I want to respond, and coming from me. And so I think that, if they took the time out of their day to, spend that minute or two writing me, then I'm going to do the same. So, but it's been 24/7 for me. And 7 days a week right now, but I don't mind it. I love it. You know why? Because that's what I've always wanted to do. And music's all I've ever known, and that's all I've ever wanted to do. So, it all goes with it, and I love it. I'm just having so much fun with it.
And you guys are doing it with your friends. That's the fact, you guys got great ladies that you guys play with all the time, of course. Like you said, you all have also different things that you do outside of Sister Sadie. Deanie, you're a teacher. You do so much there in teaching young students how to keep the fiddle going, and such a mentor in bluegrass. And how does that kind of keep your adrenaline up to keep going and do what you do, from your solo projects to Likely Culprits, working with Sister Sadie, and all the other demands, because you're in hot demand to play that fiddle on even country artists' albums?
Well, I've been very blessed. I've had a great career, and since that award show, like Tina said, things have just kind of gone crazy with the phone calls, the texts, the messages, and all my students. I'm still teaching about 40 students a week, and they were all so sweet. Each of them sent messages or texts that night, and they were just amazingly sweet. There's the 4-year-old screaming. Anyway, I'm just trucking along. I'm actually going to get to play the Grand Ole Opry this Saturday night, and super excited about that. They've opened the Opry back up and have about 500 guests in the audience. Oh, here's this is going to be good.
This is gonna be it. You know what? You know what this means, Deanie? That means play meadow dancing right now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see. I locked the door because it's safer that way, and we don't need you out there while I'm doing this.
I love it.
This is why I drink. Yep. Cheers.
This is such a fun because it's real. I mean, everybody's getting the opportunity to the real, you know, real things that happen in life, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's real, all right. Yep.
How is it with Meadow and when you guys are traveling and that?
Well, we've not taken her on a trip, and that's the prime reason why right there, because, you know, her and Tina might be just a little bit too much for all of us to handle together. So
I'm sure she'd probably be better than me. I'm probably sure she might be more tame than I am. Who knows?
yeah, we've I would like to take her out. It'd have to be a short run. But she did the Opry with us one night, and that was a lot of fun. And you can go look at our IBMA pictures from the red carpet last year. Those are fun.
I was going to talk about that. The red carpet last year. Oh my gosh. We look, I don't know what we look like. We don't resemble nothing. I can tell you that right now. But we were on that red carpet, the worst poses ever. I mean, that we could ever imagine. And there, Meadow had lost her shoes already or threw them. I don't know what she did. Anyhow, she was barefoot, and the saddest look on her face I've ever seen in my life. It's just like mad, you know. I was like, this is great. This sums us up all in one big picture right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know,
that was Thursday, and we had been there all week, you know, so she had had enough by then. So
you know what amazes me is how much you guys have fun outside as well as on the stage together as a whole as Sister Sadie. And you know, you two especially, because the fact that you guys normally hop in the vehicle together and head to a show, that alone is a show in itself. If anybody follows you guys on Facebook, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And Tina, you've come up with some crazy things and crazy conversations on those road trips. So, you know, I know you got some good ones to share with us, and you know, I know Dina definitely has some to share about you too. So I want you to share some about Deanie right now, Tina.
She can play fiddle and drive at the same time, because we did that on the road. We did it on a road trip because she didn't want me having her fiddle, because she's very particular with that fiddle. It's a very expensive fiddle. I don't blame her, but I mean, I wanted to play it going down the road because I was wanting to practice my dog titties, and she was. I had to practice my dog titties every day. Show them what dog titties are, Deanie.
Well, let me set this up, y'all. So for those of you who, we hope you're not, we don't offend anyone, but we were, did I freeze up? Are we good?
You're good.
Okay. So I teach all sorts of ages. I teach kids, I teach adults. And when I teach the kids, there's this, you know, the first song we usually learn is this Boil 'em Cabbage Down, and it goes. So when I teach the kids that little bowing pattern, I teach 1 bunny, 2 bunny, 3 bunny, 4 bunny. But when I teach adults, you know, everybody's always talking about taters. I'm like, what in the hell is a tater? So I had no idea about the taters. So I just called it dog titty, dog. Well, and it works perfectly. You got bunnies for kids. You got the dog titties for the adults. So Tina took the dog titties and has just marketed and just made the dog titties what they are today. So
Michelle, I mastered the
Yeah.
dog titties, okay? I have mastered
yeah.
the dog titties. And it's because I practice them every day. And I learned dog titties all different ways. And I'll get to one of my favorites and one of Deanie's favorites here in a minute. But so we were riding down the road. I can't remember where we was heading up the east area, like Virginia, North Carolina. And we seemed to travel that road a whole lot. And so we were headed somewhere, and I got the fiddle out because I wanted to practice my dog titties. And Deanie she said she didn't know I had her fiddle, so I'll do that too. And so she got the dog titty. She got the dog titty out of my hand. No, she got the fiddle out of my hand. And so she started playing while driving. And the funnier part was watching people drive down the highway, and they would do like a take, and then it was like a double, triple take, like, look at that crazy fool running down the highway, playing the fiddle and driving. She was doing it somehow. We didn't run it. We didn't run nobody off the road. So we was good. We did good. But mine and Deanie's favorite dog titties, I have to say, are the Cajun dog titties. So yeah, so it goes, let me tell you about my dog titty, alligator, dog titty, dog. So play it, Deanie. Play them some alligator.
Yeah, you just that there's nothing like that, really. Nothing like
Now,
that.
folks, that is probably 5 minutes of your life you will never get back right there, but you learned something about dog titties. Look, we got a club, the Dog Titty Club. Look, I got just a handful of stickers made up, and I found this a while ago. Look at that. That's a sticker.
Yeah, I like that.
We'll make that way later. Yeah, I'll get you one. So
just to talk a little more about that, one of my favorite Tina stories is the dog titties are just taking off. They're getting famous, and we're going into this Mexican restaurant. We were in East Kentucky, and Tina starts talking her dog titties to the staff at this Mexican restaurant, our waiting staff, and she eventually asked them how to say dog titty in Spanish, and they told her. And then before we left this place, everybody in there was singing the Spanish dog titties with her. Tell them about that, Tina.
Well, I clogged too, so I buck danced, and so I started buck dancing when I was singing pero chichi, pero chichi, pero chichi, because that's dog titties in Spanish. First, I asked the owner of the restaurant, super sweet guy, but I think he thought I was crazy. I don't know why, but anyhow. So, but I said, how you say dog in Spanish? And he said, pero or pero. That's good. I got a good curl on my tongue right there. But yeah, pero. And then I said, well, how do you say titty in Spanish? And he said, huh? And I said, he goes, oh, chichis. And so, pero chichi. That's all I think about. And then I danced for it, but really what the funny part was that I'm doing my little pero chichis, and then at the end of it, Deanie takes the fiddle, because these guys are in there thinking, who are these crazy women and what are they doing? And one of them's got a fiddle, and so, but Deanie took the fiddle, and oh my gosh, she wore something out. I don't know. I can't remember what it was, but their eyes got big around as silver dollars. They were just like fixated. But that's when I buck danced for them, and I made them dance with me. And I did wagon.
I just saw, speaking of buck dancing, I just saw my brother is watching.
Deanie's brother's watching Bubba Clyde.
Yeah, I think you play a little wagon wheel.
Yeah.
It looked like he wants you to play a wagon wheel.
Well, he does. That's what we call my leg slinging around. I slang my leg around in a circle. Wagon wheel. I saw Rick's watching too from California, Deanie. Hey, Rick. Andrea's watching.
And Andrea's up there. Yeah. So, okay, so the best thing you guys are natural at joke telling, and Andrea kind of made that point, and someone else made the point that they love your jokes, Tina, and you guys do tell some amazing jokes. And I mean, obviously, they're just off the cuff, I'm gonna assume, right?
everything I tell, I get my material. I'll go around and talk to people at festivals, and that's where I get most of my material from. It's either us talking, like one time Beth let her clothes sour in the washing machine. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When you left your clothes in the washing machine too long, and they soured on her, and drowned, and they stunk. And so
They what? Hold on. They what?
Soured on her. You know what I'm talking about? Soured. Yeah, well, that's what my mama needed. Yeah, so they soured on her and they stunk. And so she was trying to, I walked in the dressing room and I smelled this god awful smell of, and this on stage. This ain't nothing, it ain't been shared with the public now. But I smelled this god awful smell of like a mess, a whole bottle of like some sort of perfume or something. And when you try to mask a body odor or something with perfume, it just gets worse, So it got worse. And I was suffocating from the smell of all them chemicals from the cologne. Well, we got on stage and it wasn't getting no better. So I had to tell the people about it, and just they would want to know if they were going to walk up to our tape table or CD table, whatever you want to call it. If they were going to walk up to that, they had to know what they was in for. If they smelled something, it wasn't us, it was her. And so she smelled like a combination of Lysol and mildew. That's what that smelled like on stage. So, which also told me that was probably some of the ingredients to Old Spice, because that's kind of what it smelled like. And that's a true story. You can't make some of that up. I mean, so
yeah.
Oh man. Oh.
She took it quite well.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Is there something? Is it? Do you guys feel it's either worse to fail or never to try to do what you do, Tina?
Never to try doing it, because if you fail at it, you get back up and you try again. Hey, Evan Dickerson. I'm seeing people pop up, so that butterflies me. I'm like, butterfly. It's don't not try.
Squirrel.
I mean, for the fear of failure, don't be afraid to fail, because you probably are at many things in life over the course, of your life. You're probably going to, and you're going to be discouraged and you're going to be disappointed. And I have a prime example of that, and it happened last year in March. But right before that, we'd gone out to the Grammys in LA in February. And Deanie knows this, that how bad, I'm 41 now, but at that time, I was only 39. So all that period of time, anyhow. So my dream, my whole life in music was to play the Grand Ole Opry. And, from a little girl on. And I remember once a year, my mom and daddy would bring me and my brother to the Opry, and we'd sit way up in the balcony, in the nosebleed section. That's what we could afford at the time, but it didn't matter. I mean, I was watching Roy Acuff and Loretta Lynn and Porter Wagner and all these people, Connie Smith. And so I always remember from the time I was about 5 years old, I look at my mom and go, Mama, I'm going to play there one day, because I've been singing on stage since I was 3. So I love it, love the stage. And so fast forward to now, and Deanie's played the Opry a whole lot. Gosh, she's played the Opry since she's been a little girl, like 12 or 13 years old. And we've had many conversations, and, just where I finally was about to come to the acceptance of, like, I would tell her, Deanie, I just don't think it's in the cards for me. I'm almost 40, and I just think my time has passed for that opportunity, I'd played the ramen at an award show when I was 18, so I got to do that, and I was very thankful and for that opportunity, got to do it with my family. But I just knew I wanted to play the Grand Ole Opry, and but I just felt, well, it's probably not in the cards. And talking to myself, Tina, you're going to have to accept this. As disappointed as you are, you're going to have to accept that this is probably what it is. A month later, Deanie calls me just crying like a baby going, we got the Opry. We got invited to play the Grand Ole Opry. And that night, it was March 30th, 2019, and it was a Saturday night. And we did sound check that afternoon, and it was to the empty Opry House, room. And from when I first started singing those first notes on our sound check, and I looked up in that balcony, I turned into that little 5-year-old girl again, looking at my mama and my brother and my dad going, I'm going to play there one day, I get teary eyed about it right now because it was just so emotional. And so, yeah, don't ever be afraid to fail, because that means you're working towards something that you want to accomplish in a goal in your life. And don't give up on your dreams. I can't stress that enough for people. Don't give up. Keep working, work hard, then work harder, and also do something to advance what you want to do in your career or your goal or in life in general every day. Work, whether you spend 5 or 10 minutes on it every day, or you spend 15 hours on it. Do something every day to help further that, whether it's a personal goal in life or professional. So that's my story on that answer. I know that's a long answer, but
that was real long. Yeah, that was real long.
It's time for a drink. Just saying.
Bluegrass.
Yeah, it's time.
Bluegrass drink.
Bluegrass.
Yeah, I guess we should tell everybody. Oh, well, that was one of your guys' CD. Oh well. We got to tell everybody if they're watching and they have themselves a little beverage, and anytime we do say bluegrass, they gotta take a sip. Gotta
she said it
enjoy
again.
all. But... So okay,
here she comes.
You of course have had so much that also has happened in your life and your career. And like Tina said, you've played the Opry well before Sister Sadie hopped on the stage, and that of course you're in the band, and you have the opportunity to play in the house band on occasion as well when you're not on the road with the Sister Sadie or Likely Culprits and that. What about you? I mean, I know you do teaching. You're a mentor, but everybody has a different take on failing and giving up, or do you keep chugging along and go for those goals? Because 2010 you were nominated for the CMA Fiddle Player of the Year.
ACM.
Right?
ACM.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, that's right there is had to be a wonderful feeling. Of course, then here we are 10 years later, you're being recognized and winning Fiddle Player of the Year in Bluegrass.
Yeah. Well, Tina and I, we're a lot alike. We're very driven. And we just recently were talking about, if we don't try this, we'll always wonder what would have happened or could we have done it. So I'm a big proponent for just going for it, giving it all you got. And because you don't know till you try. And then 10 years later, if you don't try, you will always say, I wish I'd have done that, or I wish I'd have tried a little harder, or I wish I'd have worked a little harder at this. I teach every week. I have some students that try really hard. I have some students that don't try really hard. I was a very driven kid and played fiddle contest. So that was my goal is I had to win this next competition. So I always had this something I was striving for. And Tina and I, we talk about this all the time with the band. Just we got to do this. We got to do this. We got to at least try this. And everything we've tried, we've made happen, and we've done this all by ourselves. This is a group of women, 5 women, most of us middle-aged or past middle-age. I don't even know what that is anymore, but we've done this without a team. We've done this without management, booking, publicist. We've done it all on our own, and we set these goals. We did want to play the Grand Ole Opry, and I've been playing the Opry since I was 12, but I wanted to experience that stage with these women. I wanted Tina's dream to come true of walking on that stage, and that was a goal, and we worked hard for that goal. The Grammy goal, we try to make good records every record we go in, we try to, make it better than the last record. So, we work hard, and I'm a type A person, and I'm busy 24/7 doing something. So I'm all about.
I don't know.
trying.
Can you guys hear me? Because all of a sudden I have no sound.
Yeah, we can hear.
Oh my goodness.
Bluegrass.
I mean, we'll just take over.
I'm
Rick,
hoping you guys can hear me. I don't know.
I can hear you. I can hear you. I was talking to, or I saw Rick online after we're drinking. I am drinking a cab.
Not good. Not good.
Rick said that it's 4:30 in California right now, but he's game. So, Deanie, Rick's going to have a glass of wine with us. I'm drinking a cab, Rick. It's J. Lore. And, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Blackstone St. Charles Porter. So cheers to you, Rick. Cheers to you, Tina.
Cheers to you.
I guess we're going to take Michelle's damn show over because she just left us. So it's now the Tony and Lip show.
Hey, cheers. It won't be the first time we've we took over. Let's ask you some questions, Michelle. So tell me, Michelle.
What you're gonna do without me?
I'm about to start asking.
Seriously, I was like, I can't hear. I can't hear nothing. Wow.
Well, don't worry.
I apologize.
Hey, Tina.
Don't worry. We had it under control.
I get a little flash on YouTube.
Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter.
It's just too funny. I just can't handle it. Exactly. You know how much I love Sister Sadie. Come on now. But so moving right along. Oh wait, that's a banjo tune. Nobody's got a banjo with them. Where's Gina when you need her, right?
Yeah. Where is Gina?
Hit me with a good time. I got a banjo over here somewhere. I play dog titties on that too.
I did contact Gina. I told her if she's got any time, I told her to pop in so Sammy could put her in with us. But if you guys can make, obviously you guys make all the decisions. You guys make it as a unit of all the decisions that Sister Sadie does, and from marketing to booking to the songs to the writing to instrumentation, everything. If you could make is there any decisions that you guys have done that you guys have kind of tweaked as you guys involved with Sister Sadie too? And that because, I mean, you were nominated for a Grammy Award, I mean, how much have you guys involved and what are you guys going to take from what you've been accomplishing for the next album?
Well, let me say this. We are 5 women. When we go in the studio, we fight like hell. We fight like hell. So for each record, we're just like, can we just not tangle up this time?
Then you'll look at me and go, you quit over singing in that song, Tuft, because that's my nickname, Tufty. Nick quit over singing in that song. I'm like, I'll quit over singing when you quit over playing, Lip, okay? So that's our little argument. We're like sisters. Okay. What do you expect? I mean, but at the end of the day, somehow or another, it all comes together and it actually becomes pretty fun. I mean, you can't expect, Michelle, and nobody in this world can expect 5 women and 5 almost menopausal women for that to get along on every single thing. And then you got some of us type A like me and her, wherever she's at. And then you've got Dina's kind of middle down the road. Dina's kind of she's kind of the one that can go either way. So, what I mean by that is like, she likes peace, and not that me and Deanie don't, but we're gonna make our own peace. We're gonna make our own peace with people, okay? So, and then Delane, then you got figuring down. Then, but yeah, I mean, so you cannot. I don't think anyone can expect women to get. Not to harp on women, but we're multifaceted. We're multi-minded. Like
You're
we got a lot of things going on right up here, and we will overthink. I'm gonna tell you something. We get a sticker like this back, we gonna overthink those 3 little lines in the middle right there, and we're gonna study on that for about a week and make sure that those 3 little lines go there. When at the end of the day, but I will say this. I think that a part of that passion and all of that comes together in an album, and then you get, when you get recognized, it makes it even more worth it, at the end of the day. And I'm not saying that every record we're going to put out is going to be a Grammy nominated record, but we go in going, we want to put together a record that all of our fans are going to like and that we can reproduce on stage. That's a very important part of our whole being as Sister Sadie. We never want to do anything and put anything on a record that somebody can't walk up at a show and go, hey, can y'all do this song that we can't do again? Because it's us playing all the instruments and it's us saying, that sort of thing. So that's really important. I don't know, Deanie, if you want to add anything to that or not.
No, we just fight. We just fight, and then we get through it, and then we make up, and then we make a damn good record.
Because at the end of the day, we love each other. We're family. We love each other.
Like you said,
Deanie knows when I'm upset because I don't answer the phone for 3 days. She
goes away. Hey, let me talk about that. Yeah. So we got this whole scenario about, I know when Tufty, I call her Tufty, she calls me Lep. For some reason, she thinks I have leprosy. So she calls me Lep.
Got a bad cough, and that's the first symptom for leprosy.
That is not a symptom of leprosy. I don't know where you got that, but it's not. Anyway. Wikipedia. That's where I got it. Yeah, go ahead. Well, okay. All right. Anyway, she's Tufty. I'm Lep. What was I saying? I'm 49 years old. I don't remember where I am.
Well, we were talking about the records. We were talking about me and you working together.
We're talking about when
you were talking about how
Tina
really is in the studio.
Yeah, well, when Tufty gets upset, I know she's upset. I can tell instantly. She goes away for about 3 days. She won't answer text. She won't answer a call. You just got to let her go, figure it out, pout it out, calm it down, do whatever she's got to do. And then, I don't even know what I do. I blow my lid is what I do. I blow my lid and then I bring it on back down. I blow it up.
Michelle, don't let her fool you. She gets worried when Tufty ain't answering. Don't let her fool you.
Oh, I bet she does. Oh, well, I know for a fact because when I was in Nashville for Leadership Bluegrass, and we were all supposed to meet up. And the tornado came through. We were all worried about you, Tina.
Well, for one, I will say this. For one, that tornado that came through March the 3rd, that hit about 150 yards away from my house. I mean, I was in my bathroom with pillars and everything else covered over me, sitting on the commode, just praying Jesus. I mean,
for you. What's a pillar?
Oh, well, it's one of them things you lay your head on at night. It's a bluegrass pillow.
Oh, bluegrass. Y'all take a drink.
Yeah, so it was, and I was without power for about 4 days. It was exhausting. The only place I found some food was a little old Piggly Wiggly up here, and I love pig. I grew up in North Alabama, and that's all we had. The pig was a big deal, and so pig came through for me this time. They had meat and bread, and I had a generator, so they had meat and bread and peanut butter and jelly and stuff.
It's been a rough year for old Tup, ain't it, Tup?
Yeah, because I was without power, and then the next storm that came through took my back fence out. I mean, it was like, I'm like, God, are you trying to? But anyhow, I was spared, and that was the main thing. I was spared, and things can be replaced, but people can't. So, and you know what? You know what?
And
Here's
look at the
wait a minute. Here's a funny story. Well, it ain't funny. It's kind of weird. Like, there's been 3 tornadoes to come through Nashville in a matter of, I don't know, 100 years or something. Well, one was way before I was ever born. The second one was in April of 1998, the same day that I was up here playing the Ryman. We were doing that Bluegrass Now award show. Remember, I was telling you that I played the Ryman one time. So it came through that day, and of course, I was so excited. I was 18 years old, and I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was a thunderstorm, and I didn't know that a tornado was coming through, swiping the whole city of Nashville away. So, and we had done sound check that night, but anyhow, that, and then I was here for the March the 3rd. It almost got me then, so I'm like, boy, I better recheck myself or something. I don't know.
And let me say
away from those tornadoes.
Yeah.
Tufty is a germaphobe, but way before coronavirus, COVID, germaphobe. So this has been a hard year for her.
Yeah. My world's been shook up pretty bad. I mean, like, I've got my hand laying on my hand sanitizer right now, wanting to do it. It's so handy.
Nobody's there. We're not with you.
I'm an unashamed germaphobe. I mean, I've got pictures of me, years ago, mask on airplanes and stuff, because me and Deanie fly together, So, anyhow, Rick just said he had to consult his Southern dictionary. Well, get it ready, Rick. You may hear some more terms that you ain't never heard in your life.
One of my favorites, Tufty. What are you sitting in right now?
A cheer.
Cheer.
Now we're gonna have somebody make fun of me that lives and is from Tennessee. She gonna act like she's from
I don't talk like that. I've never talked like that. I don't talk like that.
Well, you don't talk like that? How did you change it?
Well, I don't know. I guess I was just around a lot of people my whole life. Growing up, I was all over the world. I don't know, but I don't have an accent, and I don't say cheer, and I don't say tornado, and I don't say pillar or wash.
Well, I got a funny little quick story to tell. If you know my mom and daddy, that's where I get my talking from, and I'm not ashamed. Anyhow, but my mama called me the other night. We were watching Larry's Country Diner on RFD because go ahead, Michelle. Sorry. Don't let me run. I'll be 2.5 hours.
You're fine. Go ahead. Okay. I'll wait.
We were watching RFD TV. Larry's because the McCreary sisters was on there, and I don't know if anybody out there has seen the McCreary sisters, but good God Almighty, I love their singing, and I love to hear them sing. And so after they sang their version of Amazing Grace to House of the Rising Sun tune, so it's like Amazing Grace House, and so I was listening to that, and they were talking afterwards in the interview that they got that version from the Blind Boys of Alabama, of which I'm a big fan of as well. And so I was talking to my mama afterwards, and she said, and this is totally, it's harmless, okay? So I hope nobody gets offended by it, because it's harmless. And she said, because she can't hear well, my mama can't. And she said, boy, them girls sure was good, wasn't they? And I said, oh, they're some of the best, Mama. And she said, they said they got that song from a little old blind boy in Alabama. So that's where, and she was serious as a heart attack. So, and I said, no, Mama, it's Blind Boys of Alabama. They're a group, Oh, okay. So if anybody can mess up words, bless their hearts, it's my mom and daddy. And so I come by it honest, Deanie. That's what I'm trying to say.
I know. I do love it. It's very endearing. My brother just said he loves the way you talk, Tina.
I love Bubba Clyde.
But it's everybody needs to be interacting with someone from the South to understand and appreciate the language and the different verbiage that is spoken. That is for sure. Okay, so here's another question for you guys. And I know this is gonna be good. Other than me, who is someone in your life that you wish you would have met sooner in the business?
Somebody, so it needs to be somebody we already know that we wish we'd met sooner.
Yeah, other than me, because I know I'm right there. You're so grateful that you've met me.
Well, I know I don't. I'm gonna say Brandy Carlisle on that one.
All right.
And I'm gonna say Bluegrass.
How about you, Tina?
Drink.
I ain't met nobody I didn't already want to know. Can I tell you somebody that I want to meet? Can I tell you somebody I want to meet? I want to meet two people.
Sure. Go ahead.
I want to meet two people. I want to meet Reba McEntire and I want to meet Bonnie Raitt. Because those are
That's
two.
on my list. Top.
That's two of my heroes right there. If I could sing with someone, I mean, like, let me tell you something. Let me tell you this story. My mama brought me up some old VHS tapes the other day. We're trying to get them converted to digital or whatever. So anyhow, and she brought them up here, and I'm so cheesy. It's pathetic, but it stems back long time ago. This didn't happen overnight. All this cheese didn't happen overnight. I got video of me in my bedroom trying to make music videos to Reba McEntire songs and stuff. And so in my mind, I was Reba. I wanted to be Reba. She was the first concert that I ever went to other than Bluegrass concerts and Bluegrass festivals, but big concert was my first one. But then later on in life, I mean, like I absolutely adore Bonnie Raitt, and gosh, that she's someone that if I could sing with female-wise in any kind of genre, it'd be Bonnie Raitt.
Yep, that's my one of my dream gigs.
That's sweet.
Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Don't you guys have connections now? I mean,
you think
groups of the year nominees?
You
think Bonnie Raitt needs a few dog titties, Tuppy?
I think Bonnie Raitt would love some dog titties, and I think me and you should collaborate with Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. She's a heck of a guitar player.
Yeah, we could get.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing mandolin in there. You got some skill. Okay, the best thing is, you guys, obviously we're all in our 40s. We don't act it, but what really truly makes you guys continuously feel like kids in what you guys do on stage, Deanie?
Oh man, we just laugh. I love. You never know what Tina's gonna say, and sometimes it's just. I literally pee my pants. I'm not lying. I'm not proud. I literally pee my pants on stage because she makes me laugh, and I don't know what's going to come out next. And it's just a great group of women, and we've all got different personalities, and we're all bringing something to the table. And it's the greatest feeling. We've said from the beginning about this band, when we hit that, even backstage, when we're preparing to go on stage and we rehearse and we hit that first note together, there is just it's got some, I don't know if I should say that or not, but it's got some. And it just feels great. It feels great. And then you add you never know what's going to happen up there. We're having a good time. It's not rehearsed. It's just, and we rarely rehearse. Ask our bass player, Hazy, poor old Hazy. she's always wanting to rehearse, but we just don't do it. But yeah, it makes me happy. It makes me feel like a little kid, and I just can't wait to strike the next note with these ladies and get on stage with them. And you know, we don't do a ton of shows. If we did, we'd probably kill each other. But we do enough shows that we still love each other, and we still love to play music together. And I just love everything about being on stage with these ladies.
Yeah.
Now you got to follow up on that one, Tina.
Well, I tell you, I like making Deanie pee her pants. That's how I follow up with that. That is, because I told you, like, this whole interview obviously is not rehearsed, and we didn't even think up of anything, because I called her today and I was like, do we want to try to have it prepared and all? And she was we were talking about that, and I said, you know what? I don't think we should, because here's the reason. Because we're better off the cuff, like, because she doesn't know what I'm going to say. If she ever starts laughing, that makes it even better for me. Now I've got a goal, and it's like, I've got a goal to make us try to go get an endorsement with Depends or something. You know what I mean? So you know, and I usually can make her laugh. Usually I can, and that's why our road trips are so fun, because something's gonna happen. I mean, something's gonna happen funny or whatever. You know, it will happen.
So since Deanie has her fiddle right there, and then I think we need to hear from the fiddle player of the year.
Oh,
Yeah.
So why don't you play something fantastic off that album of yours, Deanie? Because
all
you
right.
know, Love Hard, Play Hard is just a phenomenal project that you have. And you know, we need to hear a little. We need a little from the fiddle player of the year.
All right. How about we do something new?
Yay!
Woo-hoo! The
I love that
2020
song.
IBMA Fiddle Player of the Year, who happens to be now a 5-time IBMA Award winner.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, I mean, it's amazing to think. I mean, 5 times, Deanie, 5 times you got 5 awards already from IBMA. Last year's Vocal Group of the Year, first all females. I mean, again, I can't say that enough. That's just remarkable. And of course, the first all-female group to win Entertainer of the Year 2 years in a row with Vocal Group of the Year, and then of course Fiddle Player of the Year, and then of course your handwork with Becky Wooler Band, with Barber's Fiddle, the collaboration with 18 fiddle players on that album. I mean, that was like a hands down, you know, no arguments. That thing was going to do something, you know. So
Yeah,
you know,
that
you guys
was
have really.
That was an honor to be a part of that. I was telling somebody yesterday, I went from 0 awards to 5 like that. So it was pretty, it's pretty amazing, pretty humbling, pretty, I don't know, still can't believe it still doesn't feel real over here in Burns, Tennessee.
And in the mix, a Grammy nomination.
Yeah.
I mean, right there. I mean, so you guys are working on new music, right? For Sister Sadie. I know at one point last year when we talked, you guys were getting ready to go and start writing some stuff, because you guys write a lot of your material. With this pandemic, obviously, you know, Tina's not going anywhere. How are you guys going to record this thing?
Well, we're still working on it. That's the short answer. We're still working on it, and like I told you, Michelle, I've got a couple of things that I'm going to be able to share with you soon. So everybody out there in internet land and everything, some big news is coming soon as well here in about a couple weeks. So I'll be back on here or be back on your radio show as well. Yeah, so we're just right now because of the pandemic and all of our show dates were pretty much canceled for the most part, but they've all been super, super sweet to us. And I would say probably 60 or 70% of them has already said that, come back next year, that sort of thing. So we're very pumped about that. But in the midst of all that, because we're all such in separate locations, it kind of pushed the timeline of a record back. So we've just really been kind of working on material, passing around different songs and trying to pick that out, because that's an important part of our process too, picking out the songs and then everybody deciding on them and kind of voting on them and everything on what's going to make the record and not. So in a nutshell, we're just trying to, it's going to be a little while though, because of this pandemic hitting and everything. So, and a couple other things that's in the works. So, but
we're looking forward to some. What's that?
I said, it's with all of this hitting, all the pandemic and all that kind of stuff hitting. So we're just trying to work around all of that. So that slowed things up substantially. But we'll see the light of day again.
So, when you guys, sit back and you're thinking about everything you've so far have accomplished, and especially in the last, couple weeks, with the awards and the success of the albums and the Grammy nomination, and you're working on new material. And of course, we want to make sure everybody follows Tina Adair on Facebook, as well as your website, tinaadair.com, and Deanie Richardson's Facebook page, DeanieRichardson.com, Sister Sadie Band on their website as well, because you guys are always keeping everything up to date and keeping everybody informed. And I think that for being your whole in-house team, it's remarkable, on top of everything else you guys do as well. But is there something that, as you sit back and you look at your accomplishments, what is something that you guys are still wanting to reach, Deanie, for you personally?
Well, I would just like to keep making the next record better than the last one. I'd like to keep writing some great songs. Another Grammy nomination would be great. Yes, ma'am. I would like to play, there are some shows, some venues, some festivals that I'd love for this band to do, things I've never done that I'd like to do with this band. There's some ones out there that I hope we can get our little selves into the door there on some of these places I just love to play. I've always wanted to do. So, just keep trucking along, keep everybody interested, and most of all, just having fun. Gosh, just keep having fun with these ladies and moving forward. We got lots of good things coming up with all of us, and individually and as a group. So y'all stay tuned.
And Tina, of course, you've set some bucket list items on your list, in that, like, playing the Grand Ole Opry. You've done that. I'm sure you're ready to play it again. The virtual award show was, kudos to IBMA and the staff and the producers of the virtual award show. But being on that, the backdrop, that had to be just giving me chills right now just talking about it. But what's some more things that you would like to accomplish, Tina?
Yeah, well, for our absolute dream and kind of the take you to the pinnacle would be to be a member of the Grand Ole Opry. And I'd love to see Sister Sadie be a member of the Grand Ole Opry. And that's kind of that's the top, for me. And, making records that are what I would say Grammy worthy, you're not going to make every top 5 list of the Grammys, but the Grammys is where you're recognized. It's kind of like the Oscars of the music industry, and to be recognized by your peers and colleagues in that way is just really, like I said earlier, it's really heartwarming. And, but to always strive to make records that it may not ever make it in the top 5 of the Grammys, but to try to make records that good so that that you're giving your fans and the people that follow you and that buy your music and all, you're giving them all you have, all that you've poured everything out that you possibly can, because an album is such a labor of love, and you get so nervous about it when it's about to be released, because your only hope is that the people that follow you and that you hopefully are gaining new fans and all, they appreciate it and can feel that love and energy that's poured into it and the passion poured into it. But for me, yeah, I would love to see Sister Sadie become a member of the Grand Ole Opry eventually. And I'd love, like Deanie said, on playing certain shows, I'd love to see us do a and Michelle, you and I've talked about this. I'd love to see us be able to do a Bluegrass nights at the Ryman, that was shows like that, that I would love to be able to do. And then just continue to play and meet our goal of reaching all the regions as Sister Sadie, go into California, go into the Northwest, go into the Northeast, go into, hitting all of those regions and being able to provide our fans a way to get to see us within 4 or 5 hours from us, because we can't play just due to other schedules. We can't play over like 15 dates a year. So, and so far that's been such a thing for us. We've had such a good following, and our fans are so great, and they accept us, they love us, and we love them right back. We love them right back. And that's the most important thing. Because if you don't have people like yourself that share this music with everybody, and people like the fans that support, go and like your pages, go and buy everything during this pandemic, people that's buying everything that you have to help support you, then you don't have anything, you're sitting, so that's the way I look at it.
Well, and and that's the best way to kind of look at it. I mean, honestly, that's the way you have to. And speaking of albums, and speaking of the Grammys and making albums that are Grammy worthy, of course we got to mention how you guys, Oh Darling, Tina and Dale duet album is in the first consideration for a Grammy award. That's, I saw that. That's the way to do it. You keep at it, and you keep on accomplishing your goals and everything. As we talk about all the goals that you set, and both of you are mentors. You're a teacher at Belmont. Deanie teaches. Both of you are mentors in the business, and I've met several of your students, Tina, and things that they have said about you, and it's just remarkable. That just means, the next generation that both of you are mentoring it's gonna leave music, in the right direction. The music you guys are doing is going in the right direction. What is most important, and this is a key thing, to think about this a little bit. What is more important for for what you say, or how you say it? What's most important is what you say or how you say it, Tina?
How you say it, because it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter what you say, because if it's said in the wrong way to someone, and I know this growing up as a little girl, my daddy would say stuff to me, and honestly, he was right, and the advice was right, but it didn't sink in with me because it was the way it was said, and it was the way it was given to you. And you gotta, and I try to reflect on that a whole lot, especially working in my job at Belmont, because I have a team of people that work, with me, and I really try to think about that a lot in leading that staff, and how I give information to them, and also how they're receiving it. May not, just because you're saying something to someone doesn't mean they're receiving it the same way that you think you're giving it to them, and that's a continuous learning process for me too, because I'm very hardcore when it comes to working. I'm hardcore, like and Deanie's the same way, but we're very, we're control freaks too. And so we're very hardcore. But the thing is you got to know and learn how to communicate what you want, or that how to communicate the message that you want to be sent, and how that's perceived. So to me, it's all in how you say it.
Yeah. How about you, Deanie?
Um,
Especially the fact that you got metal right there. I mean, there's a lot of words that.
Well, I think it's more about follow through. It doesn't matter what you say; you just got to live what you say, and she has to see that. I follow through with what I say. So I'm not sure how you say or what you say is as big as what you do, really. So actions speak volumes for me. So I don't really care what you say. I care how you see it through. Isn't that right, Bugsy?
Right.
It's what I'm gathering, and it's a rule that I try to live by. It's lead by example, leading by example.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I think it's the key thing, and that I think about things like in my career and my life, and some things that have been said to me. It's some has taken me some whiles to let it sink in, and some it's like, well, let me see how you do it, and let me see if I could actually, understand a little bit better, So I think a great combination in all of it is important. And so I know we kind of talked a little bit before coming in today that you guys want to make sure you appreciate your fans, and we want to treat them with something very special. So Tina, tell everybody how you want to do this. I mean, it's up to you, girl. You got some great things that you want to give away to some folks.
Well, I don't know how we want to do this, but we have got a Sister Sadie 2 CD that, of course, me and Deanie will autograph for you. We're the ones in town right now, anyhow, and that's where it's coming from, our mailbox. So, and then we've got an Old Darling CD, the one that Dell Ann and I just put out last year. That I hope y'all are enjoying as well. So really, it's been me and Dell-Ann, the guitar and mandolin, and our two voices. We've had a couple other people to come and join us on the album, but mainly it was just kind of us, just really stripped down. But so I've got our Grammy-nominated Sister Sadie 2 record that we'll sign, and then we'll do another giveaway for the Oh Darling CD that I will sign as well. So, and I may throw a dog titty sticker in there with it as well. So I don't know, Deanie, you got any ideas of how you want to do this? I don't know.
Gosh, I don't know.
Michelle, you got ideas?
Let's see.
I got an idea. Somebody that comments on our bass players, what our bass player's first name is.
There you go. I like that one. I like that
one right now. The bass player right now.
The current bass player of Sister Sadie. Whoever's the first one that does that. What album are they going to get? Sister Sadie 2?
Yes.
Okay. The Grammy nominated album could be yours if you can tell us who the current bass player is of Sister Sadie. So while they're doing that, Sammy will take care of making sure he gets us all the details on who that is. sure he'll pop it up here, of course. But what as you think of people that you know and how well you know them and that I'm gonna like say the two of you since we're talking to both of you. What drew you guys to each other? Because how long have you guys really known each other? I mean, because you just not too long ago, I mean, a few years moved to Nashville, Tina. So how did you meet Deanie, and what drew you to like she's my bud?
Well, I'll let Deanie. Deanie has a better story. Probably me. It's not a really good story, but I have a really good story about Deanie before I ever met her. She I met Deanie at the Frog Bottom Fiddlers Convention in Cornersville, Tennessee, when I was about 12 years old. No, I would have been maybe 9 years old. So Deanie was probably about 16 or 17 years old at that time, just wearing the fiddle out. And I remember, of course, I go back to my mom and daddy messing up words and stuff. And my daddy's like, that's that Dana Richardson right there. Boy, she's good. She's a hoss on that fiddle. And I just will never forget standing and just being amazed at how great she was. I mean, Deanie's always been that good to me. In my mind, she's always been that good. And so I never met her then, but I remember seeing her. Definitely remember seeing her. So I'll let that transition on into letting Deanie tell you how I guess she kind of met me. I'm pretty sure it was Station in Likely Culprits or something, wasn't it, Deanie?
Well, I remember seeing Tina at
Bluegrass. Bluegrass.
Are we good?
I think, Sammy, did you fall asleep? Cosmano's our director back there, and all I'm seeing is Tina, and I love it. But I'm waiting for Deanie's face to pop up. I think he fell asleep. There you go back there. Rick answered the question correctly. So Rick was.
I'll tell you what, Rick
said it was Hesse. So
Richie
he probably got him.
Rick, which one do you want? Oh, darling.
But hey, no, doesn't have a autograph.
Well, Rick, you since you're the first one to answer, I'll let you figure out which one you want, and I will put in a dog titty sticker for you, Rick. So you tell me which one you want. Meadow's killing me, but go ahead, Deanie.
You want to say hi to Tuppy?
Hi.
Hi, Meadow.
Go ahead, Deanie. Sorry.
Tuppy. So, I just remember seeing Tina at Bluegrass festivals, singing her tail off when we were kids. You know, we were teenagers. I remember seeing. I don't even remember what festivals, but we played some of the same ones when I was with the Coon Creek Girls, and you were doing your thing. So I remember that. But I never really met her until. Was it the Station Inn with the Likely Culprits? I thought it was the Station Inn with the Sister Sadie crazies.
No, Likely Culprit, because I had been getting up singing with y'all a couple of times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she blew our faces off up there singing. You need another drink, Tuck. Yeah. Yeah, so the Likely Culprits played Station Inn, and she sat in and sang Prisoner Song and Once More and blew our faces off. So, yeah, the Likely Culprits. There we go. We'll give one of those away.
Rick said he wanted Oh Darling, so Rick, Oh Darling's coming your way.
Good album.
Yeah. I'll give the Likely Culprits away. How about this? We'll give the Likely Culprits CD away to the first person that's in a legal state that sells marijuana.
Oh my gosh.
So, first person that says we're legal for marijuana, then they get the Likely Culprits CD.
That sells it, Deanie? You're asking somebody if they sell?
No, if they're in a state where it's legal.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
Bluegrass.
Are you all right, Tina? You got it now?
Yeah, I'm like,
See, I knew
Totally
Rick was
Bluegrass.
going to say that because he's in California. So
Deanie's like, for the first person that admit they sell dope online, y'all get a likely question.
yeah, if you sell dope, I'm going to send you one of these CDs.
All right. Well, for the first person that admits they sell, I don't even know dope names.
Go ahead and say it. I know.
For the first person that sells cocaine, will you get a
I really got to pee. Oh, this ain't good.
I didn't even understand one thing that Tina.
Look.
I said, for the first person that admits they sell cocaine on the street, you get a Sister Sadie. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I mean, who's going to be wanting a Sister Sadie 2 record if they sell cocaine? I mean,
there's Andrea. She's either admitting it or laughing. I don't know what she's doing.
Andrea's laughing. I'm hot now.
It is hot. I'm having a hot flash and I've got to pee.
Well, I was getting ready to say, I think, you two, we can always go on, and I love that. And I love the fact that we can do that. But,
look, she's getting nervous, Tina. She's getting nervous. She's ready to go. She's getting real nervous.
I'm afraid you might
Hey,
I think you're going to get
Michelle, please let everybody know out there I was kidding about that cocaine. That is not real. That is not real. I mean, like, I was just trying to make fun of Deanie. I mean, that was funny. So
it kind of made, Tina, it kind of just sounded like you just really wanted to find something.
Yeah.
What? I don't need no cocaine. Oh my God. No, I wouldn't go to
sleep for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Whew.
No, of course we are not endorsing that at all.
No,
we're just kidding.
All good fun.
But I am serious about the first person
it.
that's in a state that sells marijuana legally. I will give you the Likely Culprit CD.
I think
my goodness.
I think Rick.
What is? I think Rick got it.
Is Rick the only person watching?
But he knows.
If he is, this is good.
I honestly. He's watching on 20. He's watching on 20 different pages.
Yeah.
But I love Rick. Rick, oh man, he's always.
Larry Smith says, "I'm not going to say that."
Larry says he's not going to say.
What's Larry not going to say? I'm curious.
Well, you guys were okay, right? So with the pandemic, obviously, you guys were supposed to be in Ohio at the Mohican, and that, of course, you guys are now going to be in September 2021 if all goes well for everybody getting back out. So that is going to be. Honestly, that is going to be a trip because I cannot wait to see you guys there. You guys are going to have a blast. Let's see. Wanda, I say Virginia is legal. Can I have ACD? LOL.
Yes. Wanda.
There you go.
Wanda, you get the Sister Sadie. Wanda. I'll
get that to her. I'll see her next week.
I'm not. Wanda? You'll see Wanda next week?
I think I'll see her. Was that Wanda Gibbons?
And she's in Virginia. Are you going to Virginia?
Oh, no, I'm not going to Virginia. No, I won't see her. No.
Wanda gets the Sister Sadie too. Larry Smith, I ain't selling it either.
Look at you done opened up a whole can of worms. Now everybody's going to think you're doing the cocaine.
We got to go back.
That's all I got to say.
We got to go back. Larry, this is a joke. Deanie made a joke. You have to rewind it and go back and rewind it and watch because I am not endorsing any kind of illegal activity, especially the cocaine. So, no. Rick,
Oh my
and Deanie, how they feel about folks clapping to the music. Well, if they're in time, Rick, I'm okay with it.
Goodness gracious. This is why
All
you
right,
guys are
I think it's
entertainers of the
time.
year right here. It's not. What's that?
I said, I think it's time.
This,
I said we would know when it's time.
It's
I
time?
think it's time.
yeah.
I got to go put my chickens
I
up
think
because
it's time too. So
it's dark outside and I haven't put my
Are you-
chickens up, and there's probably a raccoon or a fox out there slaughtering all of them.
no, we don't want that. But I do want to say thank you again, both of you. Congratulations to the all-female Sister Sadie Entertainers of the Year, 2-time IBMA Vocal Group of the Year, Fiddle Player of the Year, Deanie Richardson, and Grandma. You guys have got it going, and we look forward to more great music from all of you, all of Sister Sadie, and solo projects and everything else that you guys are going to get your hands in the next year. And so, congratulations again. I appreciate you guys joining me. It definitely got real. And,
Thank you,
I really appreciate you guys giving me your time.
Thank you for putting up with us. We had a blast.
Thank you. We love you, Michelle.
Yes, thank you.
Be sure to check out sistersadie.com, sistersadiband.com, TinaAdair.com, DeanieRichardson.com. Follow them all on Facebook. Be sure to check out the Smoke Country Jam Bluegrass Borderline. We got real, for real, with our 2020 IBMA Entertainers of the Year, Tina Adair, Deanie Richardson. Thank you so much again for you and Sammy Passel for helping us stay on the air this evening. Our next episode is going to be October 29th. I think that's a Thursday. Amanda Cook Band. We're going to have the full band joining us that night. So looking forward to that. So again, thank you to everybody for joining us on this Real Talk Bluegrass on Bluegrass Music TV. Until next time, I thank you.